Look what just came in. About 10 minutes after I finished the last video on the wheels. It's still sitting here, so this is the last time you'll see it like this. I might run out of time today, so probably Wednesday, which will be tomorrow, will be when this gets finished and completed. So the only concern I have is there's these different sets of bushings here, and they came with each shock, and I only got three bags for 4 shocks. So not sure what the deal is. Maybe I don't even need these. I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping that that I don't. And the fact there's 3 of them in each is kind of confusing to me. I don't know. This will be the first time for me, so we'll see. I mean, this isn't specifically for the Roxor. These are just some rough country. I'm assuming they put in the kit. This is Hattiesburg Cycles kit. It's 6 in the front, 4 in the rear, by the way. I bought it off dirtlegal.com. The only thing they made was these springs, the leaf springs. So I don't know. I'm about to pull it in right here in the garage. I just cleaned it down and go ahead and start trying to disassemble. I don't have a car automotive lift or something, so this is your poor boy style of doing it. I have a bunch of blocks here. I got jacks. I got my lift kit here. Have it raised in the rear right now. I decided the rear would probably be easier just because it's symmetrical in the rear, and the front, you have that front pumpkin up there. So I'm doing the rear first. So the way I'm thinking is, one, to secure the frame. That's the most important thing that I can imagine, so it don't kill you. If the axles drop on you or something, I mean, you live through it. But the whole weight of this vehicle dropping on you, I mean, I'd be pinned here for 12 hours probably before somebody found me. So my plan is I remove some weight on the rear by getting the wheels out of the way. Plus I could see better and get to things better. But what I'm thinking is I can put some jack stands behind it and secure it, and then move my high lift jack underneath the axle, and that way I can go up and down with it as I need to adjust for the lift. I was sitting here racking my brain thinking, you know, this wheel, that I needed to get this 4 inches off the ground, if that makes any sense. Let me try to explain. With the wheels on this, it was only like that high off the ground, and I was thinking, God, I can't go up anymore. But if you really think about it, once you install the springs, then that will support the axle. Then you can lift the whatever vehicle you're working on, in this case the Roxor. You can lift it with the axle once the springs are on there to reinstall your wheels. So I'm not worried about that anymore. I think I got that part figured out. But this is where I'm at. Like I said, I apologize if this video is long. I'm trying to take my time. I'm doing it by myself. I'm trying not to die getting crushed by something. So we'll catch back up with you. All right, I got another update for y'all on this leaf spring kit, 4-inch rear, 6 in the front. It's from Hattiesburg Cycles. I got 1 spring off the rear, and so far it's been very smooth. I did want to show you how I have it propped up. And like I said before, this is the poor boy option. I got my blocks on the bottom there with some jack stands. I have 3 jacks underneath this thing. So I was not about to crawl underneath this thing with it being uncomfortable for me. Anyway, I lifted up high enough there, and I wanted to start an itemized list on things you'll need. 1, jack stands. 2, a good jack. And then I have the bolt sizes here ready for you. I have them kind of laid out like they came off. Hopefully that's easier to understand. It is for me. What I did first was I started by taking your U-bolts off. Okay, so those were, I have two socket sizes. They both fit exactly the same, but I try to use, I don't know, I go to SAE more than metric if I can. A 19 millimeter fits it snug, and a 3/4 SAE fits it. And that's all four nuts right there on your axle U-bolts. Okay, on this, this is your rear leaf spring mounting bolt. This is I don't have a socket laying near it because it matches up with this one. So just to clarify, this will work. This one size will work on the other side of the leaf spring as well. 15/16 is what I used. This bolt right here, okay, so this is the grease cert one, right? So just like on your front, that's what it looks like. The good thing about this is that's a massive size bolt back there. And good thing it is there's a tab on the back side of this frame back there. I'm not even going to try to show you. I'll never get the angle, but when it goes through here, there's a tab on the back that catches so that bolt don't spin. So all you need is this 15/16. I took it off with the impact, and it comes right off. That one's easier. Okay, on this one, I had my 15/16 and put it on my ratchet because obviously you don't want to be holding the other end with an impact on it. But I took a crescent wrench on the back side of it with that 15/16 and came right off. Then these fit in here pretty snug. So I have my little pry bar and I just kind of went like this on top of your spring. And it came right off. So that's where I'm at on this. I have these jacks underneath the axle for whenever the leaf springs come off. That can't go anywhere. But anyway, that's the update for now. And I'll start by putting the new leaf spring on and the shock. Okay, small correction. That wasn't the only things that I had and needed. You will need an 18 millimeter for these shocks to come off. And I did those first, actually. They were just so easy, I forgot about them. But anyway, 18 millimeter for the shocks to come off. All right, so another update that I felt like I needed to give. I just got the new leaf spring in the passenger rear. This bolt right here that I just put back in there, see if it'll lighten up on it. If you have a Roxor, you'll know which one I'm talking about. It's the greasing bolt on the front end of your leaf spring. It's a pretty big bore size, but I was sitting there messing with it so long, playing with it and taking my pry bar, shoving it in there, trying to adjust it right. Okay, to save you some time, when you get your bolt out, see if it'll slide in here with no problems. Okay. I took some WD-40 and I smartened up and just started trying stuff without it in there because I just thought I had it misaligned. But take it in there and see if yours is going to fit, because this one right here, my bolt slid right down in it. It was no problem. But this one right here, for some reason, it's a little bit smaller and it wouldn't go in as well. So yeah, so save yourself some time and go ahead and check your fitment before you put it in there. And you're going to need a hammer, unless you're luckier than me to, you're going to need to beat it through there. But anyway, I felt like I need Needed to tell you guys that before you went and tried it. All right, so another update. I'm on the home stretch on the rear end. I got the leaf springs on. I'm not gonna tighten them down all the way yet. I kind of want to get all the weight on it because I feel like these are kind of like self-leveling. There's like a spring in this part right here, and it wants to flex this way or the other. So I don't want to tighten it down until it's like found its sweet spot, if that makes any sense. What I'm doing now is it's very slow process. This would be about 10 times easier and faster if you had two people, by the way. Luckily these axles are really easy to move, but I'm just slowly letting down on the floor jack and just kind of guiding it around and loosening up my jack stands as I go. That way if they was to fall off or resituate, and it keeps them from being able to be tilted too much. But that's where I'm at. Also, these brake lines, they come kind of like shoved up in there. You see that little tab that they're on, that little clamp bracket? Just go ahead and pull them through there and get some extra slack while you can. Of course, the air compressor would kick on right now. Anyway, go ahead and get some slack on those before you let it down and get everything, because you don't want them pulling on their own. You want to be able to take them out and get the slack out ahead of time, or else, I mean, that's a pretty solid brake line. I wouldn't want it rubbing or yanking on it in any kind of way, putting any kind of bind. So I went ahead and took the slack out. So those two brake lines that come with the kit, I'm just gonna have to assume are for the front. I mean, there's no other way, because the back's fine, I believe. Anyway, I'm gonna try to set these axles down on these leaf springs and bolt them up, and hopefully that doesn't take too long, and I'll get y'all with another update. All right, that's the rear. The rear is officially complete. I'm about to put my spacers on the back that are already on the front, if you watched some of the other videos. But the rear is done. The only thing that really gave me a problem was that bolt right there that I was telling you about earlier. One of these shocks didn't want to go down for me. Struggled with that one a little bit. That's about it. I highly recommend doing this with a friend or somebody that can help you out, because it would matter a lot. I'm about to put the spacers on, get something to eat, and start on the front. So we'll see how it looks. I might give a quick update once I put the stock wheels on it, so that I can get it out of here, because there's no way those are going on and then rolling out of here. So anyway, that's it. Okay, quick little sample video before I get started on the front. That is it. That is the difference. Let's see if I can back up. There's not enough room in this garage. That is the difference, all put together in the back compared to the front. Okay, I got the front lifted now on the jacks. Pretty much tried to recreate what I did on the back, because it worked. Have two jack stands right here. I have a catch block kind of deal right there, and then I have one underneath the axle right here. I went ahead and put this one right here. This is actually the like a 3-in-1 jack. I put it over here on the wheel. I didn't see any problem with it. The front's going to be harder because there's no center line. There is no way to put a jack right here because of the front differential, the way it's spaced. So I should be secure, should be good to go. So I'm gonna start work. All right, one last clip before it's completely back together. Let's see, some stuff that I want to talk about. The new brake lines are definitely, I think, an improvement over the stock. Not that the stock was bad, but they're in now. I'm not worrying about the sway bar link. I have the kit over there on the shelf somewhere. I'm not concerned with it right now, and I want to do tests like with the flexing and everything without it anyways. So the front is actually preferred by me, honestly. I can't complain one bit. It's been going pretty well, even with the brake lines, having to do those. I'm to the point where I need to put the new spring on this side and then drop the axles onto the springs and bolt it all up, and then bleed the brakes. But that's it. Hopefully the front sets down just as good as the back did, and we can see what it looks like. Okay, I have 2 more tires to put on. I'm calling it tonight. Here's a sneak peek.